I made my first ever diorama, as you can see here, and because it's my first diorama, I would love to have suggestions on how I can improve this model. Whether it's like how I can make the flame look more real, or just how I can improve the base in total. So feel free to post down in the comment section below, and I'll be really grateful. The STL file for the wizard that I use in this video is from Highland Miniature, and the dragon is from Loot Studio. I started up by cutting some holes in the dragon in order to get the LED, which I'll be using for the flame later on, through it. For the base of the diorama, I just cut out a thin piece of wood from an old bookshelf I don't use anymore, and then just glued it onto a thin layer of XPS foam. Then I took one more piece of XPS foam and I cut it out to assemble like a small hill for the dragon to stand on. To add some texture to the diorama, I used this super filler and pretty much just used it all over the base. While I was waiting for the super filler to dry, I painted up the dragon. I didn't actually have any ideas for how to paint the dragon, so I just used a pretty standard red and beige color scheme. When the filler dried, I painted up the entire base with a generic brown I bought real cheap from a hobby store. And then I added a bit of white into the brown in order to make it a bit more realistic looking. Then I put on some cork to resemble two huge rocks on the diorama. And I'm really sorry that the picture is pretty blurry here. I don't really know what happened to my camera. And whenever the brown color has dried up, it was time for me to add some flock to the diorama. And for this I just bought some flock from Woodland Cynics, which I wanted to try out. This step went fairly simple. I just diluted some PVA glue and then just drizzled over the grass afterwards. And then afterwards I just added a few tufts here and there and also a few branches to make it look more realistic. And then I came to the hard part, or at least it was for me. I have never actually done anything like this with LED lights or anything in miniature, so this was, trial and error for me, and already just getting the small cables through the dragon and also through the diorama was really a pain for me. But after some time I actually managed, and then I just had to glue some cotton on to resemble the fire. I kind of wanted it to look like the wizard that I set up later would have this spell which tries to protect him from the breath. So I pretty much just glued on the spell in front of the dragon in order to make the breath go from the dragon's mouth and then to the spell. The spell is, by the way, also a STL file from Highland Miniatures. Then I tried to add some color onto the cotton in order to make it a bit more realistic once again, but I really messed up with this, and yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully it will be better the next time. And then I pretty much just had to glue the wizard onto the base. I painted up the wizard in a Stirland theme like the army I just painted up, and yeah, then the diorama is done. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, remember to subscribe, and I hopefully see you again in the next one.